Yo, so imposter syndrome. Now, this is a big one because this one gets me. And I know it gets a lot of people, and it might be the reason why you have not started the thing that you want to do yet. We're going to particularly relate this to the AI space, but the same applies for any niche that you're in, right? But even me, imposter syndrome gets me. Even when I start recording videos, right? I catch myself recording, and then something in my head will say to me, what are you doing, man? Why are you doing this? And you get this feeling of doubt and feeling disheartened. But I'm telling you now, if you get that feeling, you're doing the right thing, because it means that you're putting yourself out of your comfort zone and you're actually taking the steps to build something. And when you take the steps to build something, it's scary. You're going to get doubts. So if you get doubts, you should invite them, because it means you're doing something right. You're pushing yourself. But let's get into imposter syndrome. Cool. So understanding imposter syndrome, or what is it? So now here I have put persistent feelings of inadequacy despite evidence of success. But that being said, you may not have any success, right? You may just be getting started in the space and feel like an imposter. And a lot of the time, this is coming from a few things which we're going to explain later in the video, but it's coming from self-doubts, right? So the same applies. So the same applies. You are still feeling imposter syndrome if you're just getting started and don't have the success, right? And imposter syndrome is going to hold you back, and we need to take steps to eliminate that, or at least work with it in a more positive way, so that we can get the work done that we want to get done. The journey, right? You're probably going to get imposter syndrome as a part of all of these stages, okay? But it's going to hit you hard more on the beginner stage and the learning stage, right? So this is where everyone starts. This is when you're just getting started. You haven't learned a thing about what it is you want to do, but you just know you want to get involved in this space. So whether that's, creating an AI agency, whether that's content creation in general, this is the beginner stage. Then you get onto the learning stage. You start to gain some skills. Maybe you know how to build a few AI solutions and automations. Maybe you know how to edit videos now, and you've gained some experience speaking to the camera. Then you get the growing stage. This is where you start to get some wins, and you start to see, you know what, I can actually do this. And then you become thriving, right? This is the thriving stage. This is where you are fully established in your space. You've got people that know you for being in that space, and they see you and they trust you, right? Now, this is where we're trying to get to, and feeling like an imposter and self-doubt is going to get involved in all of these stages, but especially at stage 1 and 2, right? The beginner and the learner. First reason why you're going to get this is because you're going to have high expectations for yourself, right? You are going to want to do so much within the space, and you might not have an idea of really how or what you're going to do to get there, right? And this is why you got to break it down and start small, but we'll get to some solutions in the next slide also. The other thing is comparisons, right? So measuring yourself against leaders in the space, right? People who are already established. Now, you've got to remember that 1, comparison is the thief of joy, but 2, these people that you're comparing yourself to have full teams, right? They might have full teams of, if it's in the AI space, full teams of developers, right? Content like editors, people who are helping them write content, come up with content. So of course, their stuff is going to be of a certain quality because they have the team to do so. That being said, they still had to start somewhere, and they probably started in the same position as you, right? So you can do it too. It just takes steps. And the final thing is going to be fear of failure, making mistakes, and fear of what other people are going to say about you as well. And the truth is, you should embrace failure and mistakes. Failure or making mistakes, if you're going to do it quickly, and then get the feedback from them, learn from it, and rebuild and adapt and make the adjustments necessary so that you succeed. But also, if you have a fear of what people are going to say about you, the truth is most people who are going to say things about you are probably the ones that are, sitting at home in a position that they don't want to be in and don't like, right? And they have the time to make random negative comments. And we're talking about just negative comments, not constructive comments, right? So again, a lot of the people who are established in this space, right, they're not going to be making negative comments about you. Why? Because they are going to understand exactly what they went through, right, to get there. And they're going to actually look at you and be like, you know what, this guy or this girl is putting in the work. And they see that. If, right, and I'm going to tell you, 9 times out of 10, if someone in this established space, if an established leader is making negative comments about you, chances are you're either doing something, to them, you're trying to bring them down, or if you're not doing that, chances are you're doing something right and maybe they're starting to feel threatened. So I wouldn't even worry about comments or negative comments. So again, with all this, taking all this into account, you got to reframe how you think, or reframe your thoughts. And one of the first things I would say, even though we're talking about reframing your thoughts, is in some sense, don't think, just post, just make the video. Like for me, I've got a schedule, right? So read the schedule, see what video you got to post, and just make the video and then just post it, right? Don't think about what about this and that. You can do that in retrospect, post the video first, make the mistakes or see the improvements, and then make the new one, right? And then make a new video and become better. So obviously negative talk as well, you might be in your head, replace that with positive talk, and like I was saying, just embrace the growth and the journey itself. So see it as a journey. See your channel maybe as a progression log of you going from 0 to 100 in whatever space you're in. So for me, this is going from 0 to 100 in the AI space. And that way, when I do make it to 100, people can come and look at the channel and be like, okay, what did he do when he was at, this stage or that stage? And they can actually see it as like a catalog of steps to take to build a successful business in whatever space it is, right? And finally, all the self-doubts you have, question them, right? Question, why are you doubting yourself? Are you doubting yourself because you're comparing yourself to other people? Are you doubting yourself because you feel like you haven't put in the work you need to, or you don't have the skills required? And then act on them doubts. So if you're comparing yourself to other people, stop comparing yourself. If you feel like your skills aren't good enough, then take some weeks to learn the skills that you need. But don't feel like you have to be top level expert. Just share what you know, and there will be people who need to know that information, right? So homework is to take action, right? Start small and then build up from there. Start with, something simple, a simple tutorial, build up from there. Remember, you're building a catalog on your channel and you're trying to establish yourself in the space. So going from kind of the basic stuff to the more advanced stuff is brilliant, because now beginners can come and look at the beginner stuff and follow it right through to the advanced stuff. That's going to build trust as well. So again, build momentum and embrace imperfection. You're not going to be perfect at the start, but just see it as a journey, right? Again, see it as a journey, make the mistakes you need to make, fail quickly and learn from it, and then, get better and better each time. So finally, well, not finally, but you also want to celebrate small wins, right? One thing that I like to do is journal achievements, and not just journal my achievements, but journal my goals and my kind of targets, my daily targets or daily habits, and goals for the week, goals for the month, goals for the year. And then any victories you have, share it, put it on YouTube, because people want to learn from that. If you find a way to build things quickly in the AI space, or you get your first client, or, you book your first meeting, share it like I'm going to do, share it and tell people how you done it so they can do it too. And that's going to build more trust and, establish yourself as an expert in the space. So this is what people want to see. People want to see the journey at the end of the day, and they want to see something they can relate to. It's not just going to be, they don't just want to see tutorials all the time. They want to see someone that they can relate to. And this is why you watching, who may, let's say you want to get into the AI space and you might know nothing about AI right now, you watching though, you have a unique journey, you have a unique life, you have a unique experiences and background, and you are going to be more relatable to certain people than I am. So of course they're going to watch you over me. And that's how you start. And then from there, the knowledge and skills you just build, you just learn every day. Just do tutorials or do research, do reading, and learn how to build AI products, and you can do it. And the same goes for any other niche or business you want to get into. So again, action steps: stop overthinking, start doing, take action, learn from your experiences, and then reflect on them, adjust and improve, right? And finally, like we said earlier, there are going to be, you know, when you're on this journey of building a business and self-improvement, people around you may not understand it. You know, this is where they may try to implant doubts into your head because they don't understand the journey that you're on. They don't see the vision that you see. And you're going to want to connect with fellow entrepreneurs to, you know, that like-minded entrepreneurs with the same drive as you, to surround yourself in that positive environment and a good environment that helps to facilitate growth, right? And with that being said, I have now got a free community for people who want to build AI agencies, right? In that community, you're going to get tips from me. You're going to get live daily posts, should I say, from me. And you're also going to get all the resources and things that I build on my channel in there. All the resources will be in that community for free as well. So you can take it and build it for yourself and use it for whatever you want to use it for. So if that's interesting to you, it's going to be the link in the description to join my free AI community. And with that being said, let's just finish off with this. So imperfection is part of growth. Embrace imperfection and just put yourself out there. Stop thinking. That's the main thing. That's one of the main problems I have as well. I think too much, get in my head too much, and that just makes you freeze up and not do anything, right? So stop thinking, just put yourself out there. And a big point that I like to stress is that your unique perspective, right, has value. Like, people are going to relate to you watching this more than they can relate to me, if that makes sense, because of your experiences are going to be more relatable to other people than, you know, my experiences would. So keep that in mind, put your unique perspective and journey out there and just do the work, right? Show up every day. That's something that I'm taking on board and trying to do. And hopefully you'll be seeing this over the coming months. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I've got more tutorials, more videos coming very soon. So we'll see you very soon.